MorbidNights Colorado was created by two high school students that got together to put on a haunt for some friends, and after a wonderful turnout of people coming to the haunted house, we decided to do it again, except raise money for a charity. MorbidNights Colorado started by donating money towards a drug resistance education program. That year we actually demonstrated in our haunt the effects of drinking and driving. On top of that, every year we've supported a new nonprofit, and we've also supported some of the same nonprofits like Special Olympics Colorado, Suicide Education Support Services, Drug Resistance Education, I think is what it's called. MorbidNights' mission is to give back to the community, but on top of that, our forward goal is to expand to 5 cities, including Denver, Colorado, Colorado Springs, Colorado, and Cheyenne, Wyoming. By doing this, we'll be able to give 40% of our proceeds in each different community and support even more nonprofit organizations and provide the entertainment every year for Halloween for these communities. The money that we're asking for is going to be spent towards our overhead costs, and the overhead costs that we face every single year on doing a haunted house is the rent of the facility we're using. We like to raise the utilities ahead of time just so we have no big surprises in the back end. We always like to add new props, new costumes, and new makeup because myself and my year-round volunteers believe that you need to have a new product every year. When people come to your haunted house year after year and you build that clientele, they don't want to see the exact same haunted house every single year. On top of that, though, we spend a lot of money on marketing, because if people don't know about your haunted house, people don't know about your business, people won't come. So we spend a good $4,000 to $5,000 a year on marketing. MorbidNights Colorado started to give back to the community, and that's our mission. Our mission is to give back to the community, and we give about 40% of our proceeds every year towards nonprofits. And we will never lose that along the entire route that we go with this business. Wherever it takes us, we will always give back to the community. And that's our focus, and our other focus is scaring the piss out of everybody. And that's what we enjoy, is we enjoy dressing up, we enjoy putting on makeup, and we enjoy going out to the community and, you know, just spreading the word. MorbidNights is supporting this nonprofit. MorbidNights is supporting this organization. And that's just what we do, and I hope you guys will be curious enough to help us expand this business.
Most of our materials just come from Home Depot and Lowe's. We get our materials from just a little bit everybody pitching in money for them. Things have been tight for everybody, so everyone's a little nervous about helping out a startup, a new company out there. So a lot of it is just our own funding that we put into it. Man hours that get put into making the haunt are substantial. I can't really put a number on it. It just takes a lot of effort and a lot of time from everybody throughout the year, and the closer we get to the haunt date, more, of course, we put more hours in. And the downfall is putting on the haunt without the proper materials and funding is we can't get to the next level. We hit dead ends budget-wise, and building the props, getting the proper materials to make the props last long-term. When we have to get grade B materials, we have to replace them more often. They don't stay tip-top. I get a lot of pride working with community members on these haunts. It's great to meet new people. It's great to see the effort that everyone puts into it. It's just so much fun, and I think everybody takes a lot of pride out of what we do, just putting on great entertainment for the community.
Most of the costumes, due to the lack of funding, are donated to us. A lot of them are clothes that are just that we reuse. They're older clothes we cut up, make them bloody, just because of the lack of funding. We try and make the makeup really elaborate for each individual, and if we have enough time and we have enough makeup, we like to get very detailed and add a lot to it, so that way it gets the full effect of what kind of haunt we want. With the lack of funding, we kind of have to spare what makeup we use on which individual, and we have to kind of apply it so that we ration it out evenly, so we have enough throughout the whole haunt and for next year as well. For the most part, we started off with just the makeup that you would find at like your normal store or during Halloween. We kind of ventured off and went online and found some specialty makeup that actually works really well for us. A lot of it is latex and just airbrush paint, so that way we can go ahead and get a background started. Other than that, it's all just what we could find and what we could use. I know we do use random things like rice for some effects, and also noodles is a really good thing. So we try and be resourceful with what we do have. Really, it just takes a lot of patience with actually applying the makeup. It's a long process. You have to go step by step, so it requires a lot of patience between applying it and then actually having the actors sit down for that time. Usually it takes about a half hour, so you have to be really intricate. It can take up to 2 hours on an individual just to make it fit their room or their ability to what they're doing. I really like doing it, enjoying it, because it gives me something to do, passes time, keeps me out of trouble. It definitely helps the community with getting them involved as well. A lot of our volunteers come from Greeley and around the community area, so it really helps us out a lot. We really use a lot of fog machines, black lights, and strobe lights for the basis of it, the outline of the haunted house. The special effects, we do use our electric chair a lot. It's very popular throughout the years that we have been doing it with Morbid Nights. A lot of our patrons and volunteers like that, so we like to keep that around. We use a lot of latex to help out with our prosthetic limbs, our other body parts. We actually like using these foam things we got. They help out a lot. They're very popular with our volunteers. They like to play around with them while they're actually in the haunted house. It really helps to have props like this that'll help out with the haunt and make it even more detailed to what we're doing. With what we have, we make do, and we make it so that we can be resourceful. If we had more money, we'd be able to make it bigger, make it a lot better, a lot detailed, a lot more blood, which is, everybody loves blood, so.
Morbid Nights, recently got in contact with these guys. It's one of the most fun things I've been able to be a part of this year. And from a really young age, I've always been infatuated with haunted houses, things like that, and to be able to share the joys of horrors with the rest of the young world is just more than a pleasure to me. It's a little strange, but it'll turn heads and it gets attention, and it's something that it's got a huge influence on me, with the music I listen to. Obviously, with the face paint and all that stuff, it just adds a real nice mystique to things, and it's always caught my eye. It's always had a big influence on the way I kind of wanted to be, a little bit different.
I've been associated with Morbid Nights for about 4 years now. I started this coming and working with it just because my friend introduced me to it. It's his project. I felt good about volunteering for it, just had a lot of fun. Generally, I don't like Halloween and all that kind of stuff, but Morbid Nights made it a lot interesting. It brought in a lot of volunteers, and you could see by the quantity of people that would come by that it was a good haunted house and good show. A lot of fun.
I recently got introduced to Morbid Nights about 2 years ago, and it was actually a lot of fun. I was just a volunteer 2 years ago, and normally I'm not really a big fan of Halloween and scary and stuff, but actually Morbid Nights has really opened up Halloween to be a greater experience about all these things and face painting, and I actually got to meet a lot of new people, and it's actually been a great experience.
In 2006, I started helping Adam with Morbid Nights Colorado. We did a haunted house at a vacant building. A couple years later, I started doing my own haunted houses because I liked his ideas so much. I liked being able to get involved in the community, and Adam showed me that you can do a lot with a little, and he and I try to collaborate. I do my own haunted house, he does his, and we try to get together, share some ideas, share some props, and it's a great deal for the family.
I hope you recognize that Morbid Nights Colorado puts a lot of hard work into their costumes, props, and engineering to make every year a success. And to help with that, we need you to vote for our Pepsi Refresh project to make this year another successful year, to give back to the community and support those that we love to give back to every year. Thank you very much.